15th year is we did a fundamental business model restructure. Okay, so when we did 10 years, we if you remember the story, then we moved from marketing and started talking about innovation.
Yes.
Okay, and we did innovation. Then we pioneered a lot of technological things. I mean, today we boldly lead the conversation around marketing, intersection marketing and technology. Here, when we talk about MarkHack, there's
We'll
a fourth
still talk
edition.
about that later.
Yeah, MarkHack is coming. The fourth edition is coming up in May this year again. So again, after we've done that from the 10th year, we still continue to drive that. We've chunked out quite a number of technology platforms for our clients. Canex, today we have an e-commerce platform, Flex Deals, helping our clients to sell things. So we do a bit of things around the technology space, and we've championed conversations around technology and how it affects what we do. So, and besides that, you asked about CSR. Yes, we still do quite a number of those things where beyond helping build our ecosystem, exposing marketing people to the future of what marketing should be, which were the things we took up after our 10-year anniversary. Because when you have 10 years, again, you qualify to be able to say, look, this is how we've done a few things. So we did that. But those CSRs in schools, helping people find and charter their career path, and some adoptions, we still do quite a number of those things.
Fine. Well, quite naturally, reminiscences must be part of seasons like this.
Yeah.
We'd like you to cast your mind back to say, what inspired the GDM vision? And how did it crystallize and take off 15 years ago? And what has the journey been like?
Yeah, so again, I trained as a pharmacist, ended up working with a multinational. Entrepreneurship naturally was dragging me towards going to the pharmaceutical industry and then making preparation. But I saw the tension and the frustration I experienced managing on the client side. There was this huge gap between what was briefed and what was executed.
Wow.
There was a huge gap then around the perception of people and conceptualization. The experiential agency then, which was where we started, was just seen as an afterthought. You know, they didn't expect a lot of professionalism. They remember we're not part of our con, we're not part of it, was just there, you know. Industry was not orchestrated, but I saw the impact it can do for business growth, and so based on that gap that I perceived, we took a chance to say, hey, do we have value we can bring in? I remember I was one of the very few coming from client side 15 years ago. Now it's different, but 15 years ago, people had moved from, you know, maybe ATL, you know, people had moved from client side to start ATL and all that, but on the experiential side, very few people had moved from client side to start. I was one of the very few that started it then. So it was basically to change how things were, bring in a lot of professionalism, structure it, not make it something that was an afterthought. And I'm happy about the journey of where we are engaging with AppCon, having X-Man Fund, being a part of X-Man, championing different conversations, championing X-Man Awards, recognizing excellence in our ecosystem, engaging other stakeholders in driving the agenda, restructuring how things happen. I mean, most of the people that we see at pastoral agencies, significant amount of people at pastoral GDM, and I can boldly say that we've grown and mentored significant amount of people in the last 15 years. So today, our client side, many are in the agency side. And, you know, when we started off those days, I mean, we looked as if we won't get there, but today we're one of the top. Before you count one or two agencies, you will talk about GDM, because what we do nationally, sub-nationally, and with the amount of brands, okay? And so we think, and we're constantly revamping our people, training them, exposing them. I got in people who say these clients have these operations. It didn't make sense to us. So my dad became marketing operations. So our people are the first that you understand end-to-end. If I bring somebody into this place, he's not going to say he wants to brief an operations person. So I thought that was and I felt, look, these are the things that bring in confusion and breaking communication. So we developed a totally different business model about how we work, and it's exciting to see that many agencies today follow through the path of what we do. Many of them have lead strategies now. Many of them are a lot more structured now. There's a lot more professionalism. The industry is now very attractive to many people who are coming from client side. It wasn't like that 15 years ago. Everybody that left wanted to open a psychedelic media buying or creative agency. Nobody wanted to do that dirty work of you're dealing with riggers and logistics and PAs and all that, but that's where we are now.
Now, putting all of this into consideration, for you as a person, how does it feel leading this charge 15 long years?
No, it's exciting, but for me, again, the only way to move is to recreate a new new agenda. And every time I use the 5 5 mile agenda, and every another 5 years is to set a new agenda of what I intend to do in terms of how we're changing. And what we intend to do this time around is to a large extent restructure our client base and restructure our offerings. So today we moved away from just talking, when we used to talk about experiential, we moved in 5 years from experiential to become a 360-degree marketing when we're 5 years, and then we started offering people media buying and everything around 360 degrees at year 5. By year 10, we brought in technology and we say, hey, how do we drive innovation? At year 15, we're bringing quite a lot of consultancy into the house, where we intend to now. So when you see our logo revamp and what we produce, you see marketing, management, and technology. So now we're going to do a lot of marketing consultancy, which we used to be doing the last 15 years. But you're going to see a lot more around technology consultancy as we do technology projects across the country and different places, different kind of technology projects, executions, deployment of technology infrastructure for clients, building of technology platforms, softwares, e-commerce platforms. So we have those competencies and we're going to do that. And then in management, we're now going to be big on providing turnaround management services for people, advising people about restructuring their companies. And those are part of the things that we think our expertise now brings to the table, because now it's not just about talking about doing marketing projects, we're now starting doing technology projects, and we're going to do management projects. So full management turnaround, full restructuring of organizations and advisory services in management. Those are the things that our expertise over the years has brought to us, and those are the things we're bringing to the table. Two things it does is that it changes our client base dramatically. So we're not today fixated on just FMCG. So you're going to see that we're going to have a lot of clients outside of FMCG place. We're going to have clients in oil and gas. We're having clients in technology. We're having clients in fintechs and all that, because of the array of things. Because now we do technology projects, okay, for people. But much more than even doing that, it also changes kind of clients and even the offering of our current existing clients. So now we're going to do a lot of management advisory services, turnaround, restructuring for companies, not only consumer packaged goods of FMCG, but it takes us to other kind of companies who are not in this space. So generally what it does is that we intend to now increase the kind of clients, our client base, and also be able to increase our client offerings. And those are the only two ways we want to charge and continue to drive growth for the business.
So what's the client base like now?
Today we comfortably can. Over the years we've worked with 207 brands. Today we work
207
brands is what we've worked with in 15 years. 207 brands in 15 years. Today we actively work with about 15 companies. Actively work with 15 companies and national firms. But again, and that's working with them regularly. When you look at what's our total client base, we have between 35 and 50 clients. But part time, we're engaging nothing less than 15 different clients that we're working for part time. In the month of January alone, we executed for 15 different clients. But the total client base we have is between 35 and 50. The question is, how do we double that? In doubling that and not find yourself working for competition is to say, hey, what are the new products I have that can give me new kinds of clients? And that's what we're doing in our 15th anniversary, where we begin to offer not only marketing projects, but management projects and technology projects.
Doubling the client size within what time frame, sir?
We expect in another 5 years we should have doubled the whole outlook of the business. So what we've done in 15 years, we want to do in another 5 years, and that's why it's a dramatic restructuring of our business model and how we work that we're trying to do.
Are you expecting to go into partnership to get all of this done?
Yes, some of our partnerships are going to be out of the country. For example, we've set up GDM UK, where we're going to be doing majorly management consultancy, strictly management consultancy, no marketing, no technology. And what is our UK office going to be doing is basically our management consultancy, from where we're looking at organizations and firms trying to come into the African sub-region, and we want to advise how they come in, help them with go-to-market strategy, help them with the go-to-market, help them with internalization, market expansion, for clients who are there and people who are looking to come to Africa. So that's why we set up the UK firm. We're trying to open also the Middle East company in Dubai, where again we're going to go first, not with marketing, not with technology, but also going to management advisory, where we're looking at Middle East companies who want to come do projects, who want to come do execution who want to internationalize their business, who want to be boots on ground in here. How do they come in? Okay, so those are the two-pronged approach we want to use to go global, to bring more business in here. But basically, we're an African company trying to do things in Africa, but those regional offices in the UK, hopefully in the US, and also in Dubai before the end of the year, is supposed to help us look for clients who want to go global and who are considering Africa as where they want to have footprints.
Yeah, you already have some footprints across Africa.
Yeah, I mean, Ghana, we've done significant work in Ghana, we've done work in Kenya, we've done in Cote d'Ivoire. But again, we think rather than do so much here, we should be doing some things in Cameroon with one of our technology companies soon. But we are of the opinion that in diversification, we're looking more at advanced economies who want to come into Africa, because again, that's the exciting thing. We're looking at those kind of companies and seeing how we can bring them in Africa. Many people would like to do boots on ground in Africa without them, bringing in expatriates and all that. That's what we want to offer based on our 15 years experience.
One cannot but wonder the core values that is driving this business.
Yeah, so for us, it's passion, integrity, it's discipline, and teamwork. And those are the things that have always shaped how we work. We're passionate about what we do, and that's why we don't get tired. That's why we don't think we've gotten there. That's why we never think that, we've conquered anything. For us, it's a fresh beginning every time. And every 5 years, which is our midterm goal, we reset new goals. And so we do 5-year bursts. And so we're confident that our passion, for us, it's passion, it's integrity, it's excellence. Excellence is continuous improvement, always learning, always wanting to get better, forgetting about what is behind us, struggling to new things. And of course, our passion about teamwork. Because again, it's not about an individual, it's building strong, passionate, committed, capable teams. We think that's how we're going to win. And those are the values that drive us.
Look at how it all started and up till now. Which campaigns will you say excite you the most?
I love the trade
about those
campaign.
years.
So
many you have done, but
so many. I mean,
those striking ones, and why?
When you work with the national campaign, it was our first public sector project in 2017, where we had to enumerate 4 million people. We were working with the federal vice president's office then. We had to be in almost all the local governments. We were in every state to get beneficiaries, enumerate them, get their data correct, and deliver government incentive to about 4 million people. It was the largest social investment program in Africa. For us, it's one of the most iconic and quite demanding projects that we have done, and we find that quite remarkable, because we had several stakeholders. Working with government is quite different from working with the FMCG space, where we had experience, where it launched us out strongly into the public sector space, and today the public sector is a good contribution to our total bottom line. Since 2017, we've consistently made sure we have public sector executions, public engagements, and our public sector accounts. So that I can say was one of our remarkable projects that was quite demanding, quite exerting, several moving parts, but who has had one of the highest amount of impacts, because finally it's about what's the impact of the project. That was an impactful project.
Thank you, sir. One critical area is human capital.
Yeah.
And we live in a day and at a time when keeping good hands is always challenging.
Mm-hmm.
How have you been able to?
No, we've suffered our own share of attrition. Okay, clearly it's not as if we've operated without having issues around keeping talents and people moving. But organizations must develop structures and systems that allows continuity and retains organizational knowledge, so that when there's attrition, there's continuity. You cannot build an organization where somebody goes out the door, they go with all they know, they go with all the systems. So for us, the only way we are mitigated is continue to build structures, build systems that outlast people who exit, and then constantly make sure that we keep a funnel of getting people. We're not big on getting people with skill. We're big on getting people with the right attitude, and we upskill them. Human resource development, talent development, constantly training people is something we're big on. So even when people come in not knowing something, it's like when they exit, we have build their capacity. And so for us, as we retain organizational knowledge, we get people with the right attitude, and then we upskill them. And that's how we've survived for 15 years.
Great. Meanwhile, as an entrepreneur and a professional combined, what do you look for in somebody that you allow to join your team?
Attitude. You must be hungry for results. It's hungry. You need to have the right, that's a very positive attitude. Above all else, you must be hungry for results. If you're lackadaisical, you're not motivated, and you're not waiting for an organization to come and motivate you, you have to be extremely self-motivated. You're hungry for results. I mean, that for us is always that's above all else. I mean, I studied as a pharmacist today. I'm in technology and marketing, so anybody can become anything, but you need to be hungry and self-motivated to want to, stretch and go an extra mile to get there.
Now, you just said that over the last 15 years, GDM has worked with over 200 brands.
So yeah.
That's interesting. How do you manage relationship with clients, and what has that been like for you?
It's to be extremely professional and make sure that, you see, the first thing is that you must be there. Clients must see that you are there to help them win. You can't make your relationships transactional. That's what people lose. It's not, it can't be, you must be looking out for them and allowing them and making them win. So once they understand that you are their eyes and feet, you are their interest and you want them to win, the chances are high that you'll be able to get so many brands. So yes, we have worked with those number of brands, exciting companies in 15 years. We do an average of 400 to 500 projects a year. Different project activations, and so you find out that when you do 300-400 projects every year, it's remarkable about the amount of work that you need to chunk out, and it's been consistent like that for years.
Now, creativity and innovation. How do you combine? How do you ensure this in meeting clients' needs?
This is our structure. Again, we constantly upskill the people and we constantly bring them abreast of what are the innovative trends. This is a place that is like a school. You constantly must challenge what you know and bring in new things, and that's the way we've always done it. Again, ask anybody who's in there. You know that when you come to this place, you will learn, because we constantly are ensuring our people are learning and pushing the boundaries to know what's happening, what are the trends, that the knowledge base is not stale.
Now, the industry in which you do all that you do, how do you see it today compared to then? And what future do you see for the industry?
It's a lot more professional compared to where it was when we started 15 years ago. It's a bit more structured. There are a lot more players. When a place is structured and the rules of the games are defined, it attracts a bit more people. I like the fact that there are now more players. It's extremely more competitive. It's become more structured compared to 15 years ago, where it was an afterthought for brand managers and clients and budgets. Today, it's for many clients, BTL, experiential, whatever you call it. It's now in that sector where we've played from. It's now a key strategy for some people to engage in growth, and so we find that that's what it is.
Would you say that regulation is contributing to all of this that you just said?
Regulation helps. Regulation helps define the rule of the game. It makes you understand and manage uncertainty, because uncertainty is not good for business. But regulation has helped a bit. And above all else, also, I think the crop of people that have come in, new young agencies that have come in, has also helped to broaden the impact and grow the ecosystem.
And competition, what do you see to it?
Yeah, again, competition is nice. We don't spend so much time focused on competition. We're very big on improving ourselves and focus on customers, especially when you're a market leader. Okay, if you're a challenger, then you're big on. But we are market leaders, and so we're not big on them. We see what competition does, but we're very much obsessed with constantly innovating and making sure competition is doing catch up, and that's what we've constantly done. Most of our competition are constantly doing catch up. They're trying to see what are we doing differently, what are our thought leadership, things we've done around data. Today they're calling our people and saying, well, how do people do data? How do people do strategy? So again, we like the fact that competition today has become proteges, and we're happy that as proteges we can continue to help them to scale and grow, because finally it's the world of collaboration, and so we see competitors and people to collaborate with.
MarkHack and Eko Innovation Centre.
Yeah, I mean, MarkHack for example is our ability to. It's about looking at the intersection of technology and marketing, and it's big because technology. You've seen what AI is doing today. Those are conversations we're having 2-3 years ago. Today is mainstream. It's helping the people here to understand the fact that there's a bigger world out there for the play, and we're helping about how that has helped to grow the ecosystem. So those two platforms are basically input into bringing technology into this space and how we've used technology to change the game and to create some competitive edge when you run an incubator and accelerator for ideation and you run a conference where you bring thought leaders to discuss. Those two platforms have been pivotal in cementing our place as the thought leaders and market leaders in what the future of marketing should be, and not only saying it and holding, giving back to the ecosystem and making sure that technology becomes guardrail to how we evolve as practitioners in the space. So again, that's why we said for us is always ideating and looking at the future. Not so much focused about what competitors are doing, because most times we innovate faster and we create a lot more platforms and thought much more than competitor. And looking back, we think that that's what we've done, and we're excited about the impact. I mean, AOT, Eko Innovation Technology, AIC is 6 years already. And when you look at MarkHack, we're going to the 4th edition. We think those are two very significant platforms that we have put together. We're excited about what that's doing.
Talking about the future, where are you taking GDM to? 5, 10, 15 years?
Regional expansion, grow the business. Regional expansion, which I've said, North Africa, UK, and Middle East, and of course.
Given your trainings, your experience, all that you have done, if you were to advise a young person who is venturing out on these ventures, what would be your pieces of advice?
Be passionate and be excellence driven.
Passionate.
Be passionate about what you do and be excellence driven, and the rest is easy.
Wow. Now, one cannot but wonder, who is Victor Afolabi, this man?
Yeah, I mean, Victor is just somebody who enjoys making a difference. Wherever I find myself, I just enjoy making a difference. I'm a very quiet and private person. My opinion, extremely private and places, but one thing I never shy away from is making a difference. Wherever I find myself, I want to make sure I don't leave anything or anybody or whatever the way I met them. And so if there's one way I like to describe myself, I like to describe myself as somebody that likes to make a difference in everything I do. And that's what propels me. Am I leaving something status quo, or am I making a difference? Am I transforming? Am I challenging things to be there? And I think that for me that's what drives me.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
Congratulations once you.
Thank you so much.